Hi there, my fellow weirdos. My name is Marie McWilliams and welcome to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be counting down 5 of my favourite horror comedies for you guys who are keen to get into the Halloween spirit, but, well, who are a little bit too much of a fraidy cat to watch a full-blown horror movie. Halloween is almost upon us, my favourite time of year, can you tell? And that means we all want to get the most creepy, scary, gory horror movies and popcorn at the ready and just binge watch all our favourite horror films. But for some, they don't really like that particular thing. They're afraid of the scary things. I want to name names, but my husband is a bit of a pansy that way. So I thought, I want to make the world a more inclusive place, so let's make a list of 5 of the best horror comedies. So you get all the fun, all the Halloween action, all the scares, but it's not actually that bad. It's mostly full of laughs. The perfect way for a newbie or someone interested in horror or who wants to get in the Halloween festive mood to dip their toe in the water a little bit and get into the horror vibes without scaring the hell out of themselves and giving themselves horrendous nightmares. So without further ado, here's my list. Number 5, we have Housebound. This New Zealand comedy from 2014 is about a woman who's forced to return to her childhood home after being put under house arrest. After a number of strange happenings start to go on, she thinks there's something evil lurking in the house. This was one of those movies that I saw on, I think it was Netflix, and I'd never heard of it before and thought, I'll give it a go, and genuinely laughed so much. It is a really dry, fun sense of humour, and it is a really, really great film. I completely recommend it. Number 4, we have Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I particularly love this film because it takes one of our most well-known and favourite tropes of the scary rednecks and flips it on its head. Essentially, Tucker and Dale are away to their very remote, very dilapidated holiday home, a cabin in the woods, for a little vacation, and on the way they bump into some college students. Due to a series of misunderstandings and coincidences, they come across looking like psychotic murderers when in actual fact they're really lovely guys. So it sort of takes that very familiar scene at the start of so many horror movies like The Hills Have Eyes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those really unnerving moments where they stop at a local shop, meet somebody who's local, a bit redneck, a bit scary, a bit weird, and it sets the tone for the movie after that, and it flips it on its head. One of those guys are actually really, really nice, and you guys are being presumptuous. It's been bigoted towards rednecks, frankly. Number 3, we have Happy Death Day from 2017. This surprise hit is essentially like Groundhog Day meets Scream. A college girl, is forced to relive the day that she is murdered over and over and over again until she can solve her own murder and catch a killer, preventing them from killing her in the first place. Bonus points for having a super creepy killer mask in the form of like a little baby mask. Ugh. But genuinely so funny. I don't even think that the studio expected this to do as well as it did, but we even ended up with a sequel as a result, so definitely give this one a go. Number 2, one of my all-time favourites, Shaun of the Dead. I am a massive Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg fan, so I was always going to love this movie. It's basically taking those massive post-apocalyptic Walking Dead, Dawn of the Dead, zombie movies and bringing it back to more of a local English setting. Shaun, a very, very, how do I put it, boring, predictable guy in a rut, kind of everyday guy, finds his entire world turned upside down when the dead begin to walk. This is full of perfectly dry, witty British humour, and I cannot recommend it enough. And finally, for my number 1 pick, I've got Cabin in the Woods. Written and directed by the amazing Joss Whedon, Buffy fame, this takes all of the most amazing and predictable Halloween horror tropes like the jock, the blonde bimbo, the virgin, the nerd, throws them into a cabin in the woods, but then flips it completely on its head. We have a group of college students off on a vacation to a remote cabin, of course, is there any other kind, who find something a little bit more than they bargained for. This is not the type of movie you would expect, and it is not going to go how you think it's going to go, trust me. So definitely worth a watch, if not just so you can sort of sit at the end going, what? honestly recommend it. And that's it. That's my 5 favourite horror comedies. I have a bunch more and I can definitely give you guys another list if you'd be interested. What about you? What are your favourite horror comedies? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said before, please subscribe, please give me a little like and hit the alert button. And for now, that's it. See you soon.